All right then. Survivor Series 2021 done in the books. Don't know about you guys. I had a good time. I had a good time. WWE had done probably, possibly one of the worst build-ups to one of their biggest pay-per-views, like in the circuit, which is Survivor Series, Big Four, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. But it wasn't bad. I had a good time with it. Some things were strange enough, depending on opinion, but I had a nice time. Survivor Series 2021 was a little show that I think didn't have a lot of expectations because of the build, but actually came through looking over okay. I don't think this was the worst time we could have had. I had a great time with my friends enjoying it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, regardless if you were alone or not. And I think we really just got through a pay-per-view okay, leading into hopefully getting some stories, like some good stories going back in circuit. If WWE can handle that going into the new year, we'll see. But let's try to run this down. I hope this isn't going to be too long. How is everyone doing? Your boy here, Apollo, from Down, Down, Up, Up. And of course, we're talking about Survivor Series 2021. Let's run it down, doing our best. So, kickoff. Strangely enough, Vince McMahon showed up in his limousine with this egg. It had something to do with The Rock's new movie. And throughout the night, we cut to his office with the egg in it. And then it was just gone, vanished. He blamed Pierce and DeVille, told them to call the cops, and now there's some kind of search going on for it. Don't know if this is a real storyline or not. I'm treating this like Eric Rowan's Cage. It's starting to look somewhat interesting, but it's not going to matter in about a month and a half, 2 months' time. So, not interested to talk much more about that. Most amusing part, though, was that Vince was telling Roman about its story and how much it was worth, and Roman just smartly comments, "Sounds like my next contract." Big money, like $100 million or something. Anyway, kickoff. So, funny enough, I was right. There was a Battle Royal announced. It was on SmackDown when it was announced, and I did my predictions before said show, and surprisingly, it made the main show, which meant something on the main card actually had to be moved to the kickoff. And it was Priest Nakamura. Oof, dang, that's gotta hurt. Let's have one of our champion versus champion matches on the kickoff. Really, WWE. But then you look at the result and kind of get it. Kind of get it. See, I disapprove of putting the champions in this situation. But considering what we got, yeah, I would have preferred it on the kickoff. Does it make either of them look good? In a sense, not really so much to me, but let's run down. Obviously, Damian Priest, United States Champion, Shinsuke Nakamura, Intercontinental Champion, on the kickoff. A good little kerfuffle, a brouhaha. It was a good little match. Rick Boogs did occasionally distract with a guitar, not the whole match, but for some instances, especially when Priest had Nakamura in a Hell's Gate-like submission, and then just had enough because of Rick playing the guitar. Priest released the hold, destroyed Mr. Boog's guitar, and assaulted him with it. And that's when the fans were starting to boo, but no, that wasn't really the end of it. Nakamura came out to supposedly help. Priest hit him with the piece of guitar too, got disqualified, and left as a heel. So they've done it. They have really dropped the ball with him. I was worried about a heel turn once we changed his music and made him look more vicious on Raw. What I didn't expect was Survivor Series of all nights on the kickoff, because we hadn't seen Priest on Raw for a couple of weeks. I thought we were still sort of building to that, but nope, that's a heel turn. I'm not really sure what to expect out of this. I'm not putting anything on Priest. He's great, but oh, he's a better babyface. Prove me wrong. I know he has the potential to prove me wrong, but I've enjoyed him much better as a face. So, anyway, score standing, there's one for SmackDown on the kickoff, and you won't be seeing much more for SmackDown because that's really what this kind of show was. Scoreboards weren't up. I didn't hear many talking about the actual score between SmackDown versus Raw. It was not that kind of show. So, let's move on to the main. The main card, there was a rumor, and when I say rumor, I mean very loose rumor, that the order of matches got swapped literally an hour or two before the show started. Don't know how much there is based in that rumor, but I can sort of believe it. Sort of. Because the order starting was a bit strange. We had Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair open the show. That was a choice, and the match was pretty darn good. Do not know how Becky Lynch wrestled in those boots. Outfit in general, I guess. But hey, if you're rocking the strange outfits, your husband's going to be hella proud of you. I'll say that for yourself. And it was, yeah, a good little kerfuffle that went on for a bit. I enjoyed the spots. I enjoyed the submissions. I enjoyed stealing the submissions. A friend of mine suggested they were going to do a screw job on Charlotte. Have a submission put in on her. No tapping, but ring the bell. I would have loved to see that. But no, strangely enough, it was basically the same ending from Saudi Arabia with Becky Lynch, Bianca, and Sasha. A little roll up in the ropes. Near the ropes, I should say. And Charlotte was using the ropes for leverage on the pin. The referee caught her. Becky Lynch turned it into a pin, and she used the ropes, and the referee did not catch her, and Becky Lynch won. It was a very uneventful finish. It looked strange, and Charlotte sort of just nudged it off, and life went on. Yeah, not really sure why I picked Charlotte for this. I was just expecting more to this match, and no, didn't really deliver in that sense. It was good, but not good enough to have an amazing Charlotte Flair comeback win. That's not what this was. I'm not really sure how things are working politics in the back right now, but I'm not paying much attention to it with Charlotte, considering she always comes back from it. So let's keep going. Men's elimination match next. Now that was a surprise to see next. That's how I can sort of believe that the card could have been flipped. Men's elimination was second. So again, Team Raw, Seth Rollins, Austin Theory, Bobby Lashley, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens. Haha, Kevin Owens. Taking on Team SmackDown, Drew McIntyre, Happy Corbin, Jeff Hardy, King Woods. And I'm already forgetting the last person for Sheamus. So this match was a lot of fun. They usually are a lot of fun. And it went really down to making sense. And for the most part, I think it did. Owens really wanted to start. He was having a big argument with Seth, and then what does he do? Well, he announced on the kickoff that he was going to make his intentions true tonight, and wow, that was some true intentions. I feel sorry for anyone who paid a ticket to see Kevin Owens wrestle. He left and got counted out, so immediately Raw had the disadvantage. That was pathetic. Really pathetic. Yeah, I could have lived without that. I like Seth's sacrifice at Survivor Series last year way better than this. But then Raw, after the kerfuffles, I'm just going to keep using that word, by the way, I love that word, they were able to at least get Corbin out. I'm pretty sure Finn got him out with the coup de grace. And then, unfortunately, King Woods sort of just got jobbed out to Lashley. It was a sad thing to see. I was hoping Woods would get more of a shining moment in this, but I wasn't counting on it. And then McIntyre and Lashley got counted out, so my faith really left from SmackDown for my pick in that one. But Drew, funny enough, Lashley was getting escorted out. Drew was still in the ring, and Seth sort of just poking at him, like, yeah, get out of here, and then Glasgow kiss. And Sheamus almost stole it. That would have made me laugh so hard, stealing it over Seth 2 years in a row, but Seth kicked out. Life goes on. It was 3-on-2 for Raw at that point. SmackDown were able to tie it up, though. Sheamus with Bro kick to Balor. Out you go. And then, surprisingly enough, it was Seth and Theory who were left. Austin Theory, who, if anyone thought he'd be leaving early, were dead wrong. He got a roll-up on Sheamus to get him out. That was hysterical enough. But before we get to that, Sheamus and Jeff Hardy teaming up, doing the moves. Sheamus assisting Jeff in a Hardy Boys move, Poetry in Motion. They both did the 10 beats of the Bowen. That was some good stuff. That was amazing. I had a lot of fun watching them go at it. But yeah, Theory got Sheamus out with the roll-up. And then Sheamus attacked him after. Looked like he was apologizing to Jeff, but then just attacked him because, of course, it's heel Sheamus. Too bad Ridge Holland wasn't out here to be a manager for this, since they recently got together. So then Jeff on his own, and he was popped by that Brooklyn crowd. I give him credit. I was surprised to see, okay, so Jeff is the only one left for SmackDown. I wasn't expecting that, but the crowd's really digging this. And he got Theory out, to be fair. Swanton, you're gone. And almost, oh my goodness, almost got Seth. But no, counter the Swanton, curb stomp, 1, 2, 3. Your winner and sole survivor, Seth Rollins. It makes sense. It's just amazing how his life has gone from the lowest to the highest since losing to Edge in Hell in a Cell. You wouldn't think losing in Hell in a Cell would do that for your career, but that's how it's going for Seth. He's the #1 contender. He's won Survivor Series being the sole survivor, doing it for Team Raw. Boom. Roasted. So there's 2 for Raw on the main. Count 1 for SmackDown on the kickoff if you want. I am. And then I believe we got the Battle Royal. Well, I was right. Let's go back on it. What did I say? I said, okay, so there's probably going to be a Battle Royal announced. They did this last year. And I'm going to pick Team SmackDown for it. Well, I did, but I didn't know who was going to be in it. Yeah, once you saw who was in it, you knew who was going to win. If you had enough common sense, you knew who was going to win. With, I want to say, more than 10 eliminations, Omos crushing the field. I'm not going to go into too much details about this, but it was just Omos destroying and taking lives in this match. Some good comedy spots involved Truth, Street Profits, but Omos, he wasn't going to lose. You just feel bad who was in there and got chucked out looking like nothing. Like Cesaro, for example. Just out you go, you're not important. He wasn't even in the final 4, I don't think. So, oof, yeah, really hate to see that. But Omos coming through, big win, and another one for Raw. So up at this point, I was just amazed how the predictions had backfired for me. But then the last 3 got me back in the clutch, because I wasn't sure if SmackDown were going to get any the rest of the night, but then we had RK Bro and the Usos. Usos were working most of it, fair play, but it was Randy Orton's hot night, and it went exactly the way I wanted. I believe it was Jim Uso going for a splash on Riddle, didn't know Orton was legal, went for the splash, RKO 1, 2, 3. RK Bro winning it over those Usos, another one for Raw. Roasted, love to see it, great match, and congrats to Orton for getting that big pay-per-view record. Then, women's elimination. This stressed the crap out of me. Oh my gosh, but ooh, I'm so glad I went with Raw on that sense, eh? It was 1 year late, and I'll explain more. So let's get into it. Again, Team Raw, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Carmella, Queensley, and taking on Team SmackDown, Sasha Banks, Shotzi, Shayna Baszler, Natalya, Toni Storm. Whew, this one, in my opinion, had a bit more wrestling than the men's. It had more go-at-its. We got through the shenanigans a bit early with who's the quick, easy elimination. Carmella kept fiddling with her mask and just got rolled up by Toni, and goodbye, out of here, see ya. And then we had Rhea and Shayna go at it for a bit. We had Sasha and Bianca go out for at it for a bit. And then, bear with me, I'm pretty sure it was Zelina who got caught in the wrong corner and just demolished, and out she went. So, SmackDown had 5-on-3, and then I believe Liv, bless her, she took some control of the match. She hit the Oblivion on Toni Storm and eliminated her. So all of a sudden, okay, 3-on-4. But then SmackDown really got into the groove because they got Liv out and Rhea Ripley out. That surprised me. I was hoping it would be those two as the sole survivors. Just those two finishing it off for Raw. And then, oh my goodness, it's 4-on-1 against Bianca Belair. There's still the possibility of Doudrop interfering. This could go a number of ways. But the one thing that kept me going for my pick was Team SmackDown wasn't getting along at all. Sasha Banks got counted out because of a really, really dumb referee. Outside of kayfabe, because if you saw it, you know, she kept trying to get back in the ring where all her members kept pulling her out and kept bickering among themselves and pushing each other and etc., etc. But like her body was in the ring twice to break up that count, and the referee just didn't care because the script. And Sasha got counted out. Natty, Shayna, and Shotzi were laughing at her. And then Bianca went beast mode. Roll up on Natalya. Glam slam to pin Shayna. Nice that she was able to pin Shayna this year, considering the DQ win last year in the elimination match. And it was just her and Shotzi, and a little bit of patience. KOD 1, 2, 3. Your sole survivor winning it for Team Raw, Bianca Belair. I'm so glad her stock came through because I was worried once Rhea and Liv were out. And again, the possibility of Doudrop. I thought that was going to ruin something tonight. But no, Bianca does it for my pick. Team Raw coming through in the women's semi-main event. You'll love to see it. She should have been the sole survivor last year, but we did that whole Lana bit of nonsense, which I didn't hate. Another missed opportunity. But what are WWE good at? They're good at being a year late with some of the best stuff. So good on Bianca. Happy to see it. Now we move on to Roman Reigns, Big E. Not going to get too much into this. This could have gone a number of ways. There could have been a number of other things to happen, but it was an okay match, and Roman won after 2 spears. Boom. Moving on. Life went on. No interference. No Usos. No New Day. No Heyman doing anything shenanigan. Life went on. Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief, goes through. And that's Survivor Series. It was a fun little show if you put aside how little WWE gave a reason for you to care about. if you can look aside from that, you can have a little bit of fun from it. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more reactions to it because this is about as close to my instant reactions as it gets. So hopefully I haven't missed anything too big. But that's just my first thoughts. You guys have a lovely day. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in a couple of weeks for my War Games predictions. Remember, no takeover, War Games predictions, though. And maybe we're going to get some more Christmas movie reviews in December. We'll see where it goes. But have a lovely day if you live in the good old US of A. Enjoy your Thanksgiving this week. We'll see you another time. Keep it real.